Alright guys, here's an early review of a MX32 and an Xpedition Smoke with a little bit of MX16 sprinkled in there. I haven't shot the MX32 just a ton yet. Obviously they're just now coming out. I've shot it enough to get a feel for it and feel like I can give a pretty fair review on the bows. Just some specs real quick is the MX32, okay, the way I have it set up is with an HHA Tetra, an HHA Virtus rest. I have no stabilizers. I have a peep sight and a loop on it. That's it. No string silencers, nothing else, okay? Then on my smoke, I have an HHA Tetra Max, which might weigh just a little bit more. I don't have any weights on it, no stabilizers. I've got a peep, a D-loop. Both of the bows have gas Ghost XV strings on them. One of them has the MX32 has the camo version, and my smoke has the white ones. The MX32 is set dead on, straight from the factory, 65 pounds, 30 inches, okay? On the chrono, I shot 3 arrows, same arrow out of both bows, actually all 3 bows. The MX32 shot 284.1, 284.1, and 284.2, so extremely consistent right there. The hold weight is 15.21 pounds for a total of 77% let off. It's a 454 grain arrow. The hunt weight, what I call hunt weight, is this right here with no quiver. Although I have the quiver bracket right there on there, is 5.73 pounds straight up. The smoke is set at 63.52 pounds with a 30 1/8 inch draw length. It shot 296, 296.1, 296.1. So again, pretty consistent right there. The hold weight, I think I'm a little off somewhere, but just the way it tuned, is at 20.10 pounds, which is a total of 68.5% let off. Hunt weight, like I said, the Tetra Max might weigh just a touch more. It's got a light on the top of the side also, is 6 pounds. Okay, so maybe a quarter of a pound difference on the two. It shot a 450 grain arrow. I shot the same exact arrow, all 6 shots. So it would be an extremely fair. I measured the draw length. I measured the weight several times so that it was pretty consistent. The MX16, which was the bow I hunted with the last 2 years, it's at 63.18 pounds, exactly 30 inch draw. It shot 281.4, 281.4, and a 281.5. Its hold weight is 12.72 pounds at a total of 80% let off. All right, so those are the numbers for you number gurus. I'd hunt with all 3 of these bows. If I could shoot all 3 of them at the same time, I would, okay? Obviously the smoke is what it is. It is a speed demon of a bow. I could easily put that thing at 65 pounds and I would be shooting just a little bit over 300 feet per second, okay? But anyway, that's just where I tuned it at. It's where it shot well. With my shoulder the way it is, I want to shoot a little bit less weight. I've been shooting around 63 pounds. I am going to leave the MX32 at the 65 because it draws extremely well. So let's talk about the draw on the MX16 and the smoke. All right, the MX16, I'm sorry, the MX32 and smoke. The MX32 has an extremely smooth draw all the way through. Okay, it doesn't have a hump and dump at the back. it draws all the way smooth and rolls right into a deadlock. When I say a deadlock, if you've shot Xpedition bows, you know that that's one of the things they're known for is the double draw stops. When they get back and they're locked in, they're there. They don't creep, they don't move, they're there. That's one reason why I like these bows. Like I said, it drew extremely well, it holds great. One of the biggest differences that I can tell is in the riser. If you watch my other video, this has a flat back, which is a little bit wider than the MX16, I'm sorry, the Smoke and the MX16 have the original roundish style grips, okay? The MX32 is dead. The Smoke, for it being what it is just as dead. I can shoot them side by side, and they are both extremely quiet, and I have nothing on these bows. That's the way I hunt with them. I don't hunt with stabilizers. They hold that well for me. I can shoot them out to whatever distance I want to shoot them out. 100 yards, whatever, I can still group consistently with nothing on them, which says a lot about the bows. I know the MX16, some folks had some top heavy issues, and I went back and corrected my video or made some notations on the previous video that I did with the MX32 and the 16 on the comparison. And Kevin had shot me a message and said that they had actually cut down some of the top part of the riser, thinned it out just a little bit, and I did notice on my initial review that it was more rounded, but I can actually see that the spacing is a little bit narrower, which I think they did hit the money on that. They cut a little bit of the weight off the top because some people were complaining about the MX16 was a little top heavy. And I do have to agree with it. On the MX16, when I was loading up, it felt top heavy. However, at full draw, the bow balanced extremely well, so I didn't really notice it. With the 32, it does not feel top heavy at all. It holds well, and it draws and holds well, if that makes sense to you guys. I'm extremely impressed with the 32. You know, for what it's worth, I think if both bows, the MX32 and the MX16 were set at the same draw weight, I think they would be the same speed. Again, I love the MX16. I think I'm really going to enjoy shooting the MX32. Not a significant bunch of difference for me. They both were smooth drawing, you know. And for what it's worth, the Xpeditions for me have always been a good drawing bow. I've never had an issue with some of the, like a PSE Omen or some of these other bows, speed bows back in the day that just was like, oh my God, you couldn't even get it back. So I haven't had issues in several years. I enjoyed shooting the Eccentric 7 right there, one of the OGs. And that's probably one of the best hunting bows that they created initially, which has progressed into these where we're at now. The Xpedition or the Eccentrics are a little bit less weight than these, but I think the riser being a little bit dead, you know, kind of bounces back out. So the new lineups, the MX32, the Smoke, the 16, they're a little bit more dead in the hand than the Eccentric line was. But anyway, all right, so let's talk about the Smoke real quick and the comparison of the two. Again, Speed Demon, I'm not, my shoulder issue being what it is, when I get right here at the end, right before it drops in, the Smoke loads up pretty good. I think if I felt strong, and hopefully I will here in another month or two, that will be a no issue for me. And you know, if you shot bows long enough, you learn them. Once you kind of get to shooting them, you know where it's going to break, you know when to pull, you know what it's going to feel like. So to give a fair thing about it, I haven't shot the Smoke enough to really get on that good feeling because they are a little bit different. The smoother draw has to go to the MX32, It does have a smoother draw, however, the smoke is faster. The smoke shoots extremely accurate. I've taped it. I've got it out to 70 yards on my tapes and stuff like that, and I run it in, and it can group with any bow I've ever shot. So I'll definitely be hunting with both of these bows this year. If you have any questions on either one of them, if I didn't answer something, I've tried to give a fair comparison on the two, within throwing in the 16 also. Shoot me a message. I'll hit you back. Those are some fact numbers that I got that I wrote down early on, because some people care about numbers. The deer care a whole lot. They want to know if they got shot by a 303 feet per second arrow, or whether it was only shooting 284. The deer care. I'm just kidding, guys. They really don't. It's about accuracy. Y'all know that accuracy is what kills. So whatever you feel most comfortable with and you can shoot the most accurate, that's the bow that you need to be shooting with. Again, if you got any questions, let me know.